Happy Tuesday, boss babes. Are you ready to unlock your inner CEO and self care? Because today we've got a powerhouse who gets it. From the vibrant energy of New York to the sunshine state of Florida, she's a self care coach, an author who spills the tea on love and empowers our little queens. And she's a dancer who knows how to move through life with grace and strength. Just like many of us, she also navigates the beautiful chaos of being a wife and a mom of three young children. Get ready to meet the incredible Tynia Albin because it's time for a like a boss talk that will leave you feeling like you can conquer the world one mindful step at a time. So, welcome to Boss Babes.
Thank you.
You are welcome, Queen. You are so welcome. So, what we're going to do is, I just want you to just briefly share with our viewers anything you'd like to share about yourself, just to give a background to introduce yourself before I go into asking the questions.
Great. So my name is Tynia Albin, as she wonderfully stated. Um, I am a coach. I am a balance coach. I love to help women navigate different areas of your life while running the business, maintaining the home, maintaining the wife, without losing your mind. So I've been doing this for about I say over 10 years. I've been in business for 7 years plus. So I actually navigated turning this thing into a business when I realized that the community, women, so many women would flock to me and ask me for help. So I just decided to turn it into a business. It's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I also teach from the kingdom. I am a Christian, so I do use biblical principles in teaching success. And I also teach from a scientific perspective of components of health. And I try to use that as a blend because I feel like that's how God made us. It's a blend. You have to have the science, you got to have the wisdom of God. And you bring those things together and you might find out you might have stability.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing, you guys. And I had the pleasure of spending yesterday with Tanaya. We had a fabulous time. I haven't laughed that loud and so long and so hard. If they only knew, right?
Yes.
You guys, we got a story we could tell you guys. I'm just gonna give them a little snippet so they'll understand or overstand what it is the challenges we had.
Okay.
So uh, just a little backstory. We had a great day, and then a mishap happened as to where we had to backtrack our steps. In the backtracking of our steps, I end up having a mishap. First, it was Tanaya had a mishap, then I had a mishap. But to make it full circle, both of our mishaps happened the way they should have happened because it allowed us to see each other more, spend more time together. So it was like that was our blessing. It was like what happened to me allowed me to be able to be in her presence longer. So I was just sharing with her yesterday, look, everything happens for a reason. And those steps that happen to us happened for a reason. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that one of the biggest healings for the human soul is laughter. And I think we both had that. Yes. It was just a genuine connection. There's no pretensiveness with you. I was just able to fully be myself. And I love that for us because you can't do that a lot these days.
That is true. That is true. Well, thank you for allowing me to be in your space and to be able to be there with and for you. I appreciate you. All right, so let's get down to some fun stuff. So, what we're going to do is we'll start with some fun icebreaker type questions, and then we'll delve into some a little more intense questions. So, the first question is what's been the most surprising Florida? I'm going to put Florida in parentheses. Florida thing you've experienced so far.
Oh, wow. The first surprising thing in Florida that I've experienced. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well,
Okay.
look, we ready to hear it too.
But I'm going to say the when we first moved in our townhome, in the backyard, we had an immense amount of bulls. And in my mind, okay, I'm a city girl, okay? So although my family background is West Indian, I will only vacation there. I never really, stayed there for the animals and stuff like all the time. So when you pull a city girl, mhm, and you just have some bulls, in my mind, I saw lions, tigers, and bears. So I panicked. And I called the realtor and I said, "Excuse me, but you did not tell me that we had a jungle in the backyard. You did not let me know." She was cracking up because really thought I was really panicking. I was dead serious. And I'm like, "Why did you leave that out? You could tell me that we had Jurassic Park in the backyard, you know."
And let me tell you, do you hear them at all? So, and what she's relating to everybody is in the back section, they have the, like how she mentioned the bulls. We call them bulls, cows, whatever you want to call them. But there's a lot in her back area back. Um, it's like another area too where they have electricity and stuff going. Did you see all that too? It's like that whole area is owned by, I think, Tico, the power company, but they can't drive out the cows that are back there because they were there first, so they let them just roam and
I've never expected that. And she said, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about." And I'm like, "What?" So yeah, that freaked me out a little bit because I'm like, well, if they got cows, what else they got?
well, I shared with you yesterday that what else we got. We got alligators, girl. We got rattlesnakes.
Girl. Mm-mm.
But at least you're in a safe place and they got that fence. And I think that fence is electric. I don't think they can come past that fence. I
Oh
think that,
Lord. Yeah.
yeah. So just stay away from that fence because yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it's dangerous. All right. So now that we know that, let's continue on. And what's the most unexpected lesson you've learned in your 7 years? We're going to talk about your business out right now. So before I ask that question, let's go back a little bit. Can you just share with everyone the name of your business and what it is you do before we go into the next question? Because I think I kind of prematurely went there.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so the name of my business is called Equilla's Life Coaching. So as a coach, what I do is I teach self-care in the form of balance and how to create homeostasis in one's life. And one of the biggest problems that we deal with collectively, and no matter the race, no matter, what you do in your career, is stress. And my job, I get the opportunity to come into your life and I look through the lens of a coach and I can see the areas in one's life of doors or areas that are exposed where negative stressors might be coming in. So we do have positive stress and we also have negative stress. The problem is you can't do nothing about it, but balance does help so that you can create a stable environment in your mind, a stable environment in your environment, a stable environment in your business to become the best effective you without breaking down, without burning out, without losing your mind. So I work with people in corporations, I work with people in agencies, and most of all, I love to work with people in the kingdom of God because the number one thing is I get a lot of Christians who pay attention to the component of the spirituality and forget all the other components that makes them human, and they wonder why they're breaking down. When God first gave me this business idea, the prime example that he gave me was my mom. She was a nurse and she also was a woman of God, my adopted mom. And because of the pressures of life and not managing it well, my mom went blind at the age of 15. She lost sight out of nowhere in both of her eyes.
Wow.
This
And
was morning, it just left. She was at work when it happened.
And you say she was how old again?
She was young. My mom at the time, I was 15, so at the time my mom had to be about 50 or 40, 50 something, 50. But
Mhm.
she wouldn't tell my her age like that.
That's okay, that's okay. But
Woman.
s mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, but to hear that you know, you took a personal situation and God led you to create a business that can help others to help with those stressors. So that's amazing. I'm loving the way you're sharing that backstory because I'm just sitting here listening and it's like, wow, a lot of people need to hear this. Even I, need to hear this. So thank you for sharing.
No problem.
And so let's go into this question. So, um, I think you kind of answered it now, though. What's the most unexpected lesson you've learned in your 7 years of running your business with life coaching, with the Equilla's life coaching?
The most unexpected lesson. Mm. I would say that this is gonna get a kick out of this. Navigating a different direction. Coaching is not free.
I know that's right. Okay, look, talk to us. Talk to us. Okay, look, let me make sure they heard that. Say that again.
Coaching is not free.
It's a business. You're making your money. This is your business. This is how you feed your family. Let's
Absolutely.
be clear. Got it. Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. So we're going to go into relocating because I'm sure people might have picked up on that beautiful accent of yours. Like when I first met you, I picked up on it right away. So let's talk about relocation and family integration. So making the big move from New York to Florida with a family is no small feat at all because I could only imagine me relocating myself now that my kids are all adults, but you have three beautiful small children. So, what's the biggest factor in your decision uh, to relocate, and what was the impact on your family?
Oh, wow. The biggest decision to relocate
Hmm.
was to give my family a better environment. So not only do I teach it, not only do I preach it, but I eat the same medicine that I give.
Preach, girl. Tell them, look, you don't just talk the talk, you walk it. Okay,
We got to walk it out.
cleared,
We got to
cleared.
walk it over here.
Cleared. Look, because some people you like clearly got to make sure they know that. Well, whatever it is you're doing, make sure that you are leading by example.
And period.
I love it. I love it. So, into the next question.
Mhm.
So, how has the transition been for your husband and the kids? And then this is like a two-part question. So I want to know what the transition has been like for your family, which I got the pleasure meeting yesterday. And you share any funny or heartwarming story about adjusting to your new environment with us that you'd like to share.
Yes, absolutely. My children adjusted very well. I feel like they always should have been here.
Oh.
Two of my little ones are diagnosed with autism, and I also have a baby. So when we came here, it was to give a better environment and experience for them. They love to be outside, they love walking, they love water. And being a special needs mom, I just wanted to create a better experience. So my daughter, for one of the best things that I love about moving here is that one of the struggles was she wasn't eating. Now she's eating. Now she's eating.
Wow.
Also talking more. They're more happy. Their little laugh. I mean, they just so excited. They get to go out. They go into the yard. We don't have to worry about the weather changes. They enjoy. This transition has been wonderful, even for my husband. He's at peace. I like when my man's at peace. Okay.
Oh, okay. The kids happy and the man at peace. Okay. Okay, okay, we listening, right? Look, I hope they're taking notes once they view this video. Yes. Got to make sure that family is happy. And what about mama? Mama happy too?
Mama is enjoying the moment. Yes, it was like the thing I didn't even know I needed. I just allowed the Lord to lead me here in this path, and He was right. He was right. I got to come here immediately. I feel welcome. I feel like this is where I always should have been. I feel like I'm thriving. That homeostasis that I teach has re-entered our lives again, and
Yes.
also meeting you. That was also tea. That was just, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes, yes. I can
It,
remember
it,
that day when you walking by us. You're
yes.
like, oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, so let's continue on. So we talked about family and then integrated into your new environment. So, have you found any hidden gems or your any like favorite local spots in the Tampa Bay area that you'd like to share for any newcomers that may come to Florida?
Mm, sadly, oh well, Westgate, Westgate,
I'm about to say, I know she's gonna say Westgate. All
West
right, waiting for it.
Spooky, but no, because they need to sponsor us.
Right. We gonna let them know. We gonna let them look. We can bring y'all all the clients y'all want because we love Westgate. Share with everybody what Westgate is if they listening from New York. Like if you were share this with somebody up in New York and they were coming to visit,
Okay?
share with them what Westgate is in case they don't know.
Westgate is a resort. So now Westgate Vacation, and then you have Westgate Lakes, Westgate Villas, and Westgate Lakes. So I end up going to Westgate Lakes, which is beautiful, way
Mhm.
beautiful than Westgate Villas. But I stayed in Westgate Villas for about a month, and I'm telling you, best experience. The food, the people, the environment. Girl, I mean, we had a lakefront view. The water would just shoot out. We had, oh God, it was just everything. It was
And it's family. It's for the family. It's family oriented because the water. I love the water park portion. You
mhm,
know they got the putt putt golf there too. You
yep,
can ride the swan boats, or you can also get the bike do the bicycling. A year or so ago, I used to love to do the walking when I go walk there because they got some nice little areas to walk different paths, and everything is close to the restaurants. Of course, I can't mention the place that's about across the street because I ain't been shopping there lately. You know, they like, but anyway, there was a convenient place to go across the street to shop, but I can't give. They ain't getting no plug like Westgate. Westgate deserve they plug,
yeah,
but it's family oriented. So yes, and I love it. I love the rooms, and it's just a beautiful experience. So thank you for sharing. So people pay attention. Y'all better go to Westgate if you haven't been. And I love that it also has a separate living quarters, so you have your dining area, you have your full kitchen, your
it's
washer, dryer,
yeah,
and yeah. So,
it
all right, so let's go into the whole entrepreneurial journey and your identity. So now, is it? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing the L's right. Is it Aquila or Aquila?
it's Equilla.
Equilla. See, Equilla. So Equilla, I'm gonna make sure I write that down so I'm pronouncing it correctly. Wait one moment.
Mhm,
Equilla. Okay.
mhm,
So with Equilla's life coaching, since it's been thriving for 7 years, which is an incredible thing because the average business within the first 2 to 3 years is going to either sink or swim. So
yeah,
you've made it way past that being with an incredible 7 years. What
yeah.
sparked your initial vision? I know you mentioned about your mom, but was there anything else that helped to spark the vision that you ran with your business?
Absolutely. So there's 2 points.
Mhm.
Children and people who deal with depression, anxiety, and suicide ideology. So, one of the things that bothered me, where I went into full action, even to incorporate my vision. One of my favorite designers, Kate Spade,
Mhm.
she took her life. I don't know if you know.
I think I heard that, but how long ago was that?
This was around the time I incorporated, so I think it was around 2018.
Okay.
Mhm. So I remember I was sitting in my car and I felt this grief because she was such one of my favorite. I love her handbags. Okay,
Hmm.
she was one of my favorite designers. It really, really challenged me to look into her story. And some of her story, if you read her story, it talks about her personal experience with a love life and the things that she was going through. And what it did was it challenged me and pushed me into a place where if I could sit and talk with her or other women like her, women who are successful. I work with women who are successful. Most of the women that I work with are bosses, okay? And why would someone who's making this amount of money, seven figures, five figures, make the decision to do this? So now money isn't everything. So
Right.
there are other areas in our life that we got to pay attention to. And when you get to a level of success, it is important to have certain boundaries and parameters set up in your life. And the way that the Lord gave me the strategy, okay, about using components of a system of health, right, and incorporating it in your life, it would develop boundaries, okay, having a vision about where you want your life, where you want your love life, how to have that, who you allow into your social parameter is very important. Who you choose to make your husband is very important. Who you choose to make your wife is very important. Okay. These decision makings happen because sometimes when we're under so much pressure and stress, right? Most of the time we're just trying to numb. So because we don't realize what we're numbing, one day the numbing does not work anymore. And you could be as successful as you want, but one day you're going to feel the pressure and you ain't going to know what to do. So, how do we help you with that pressure? How do we alleviate and give you some type of support and comfort? And the first thing is decision making. See,
Mm.
discipline saves the mind. Most of the people, when stress hit us, especially businesswomen, it goes straight for our mental health. It goes straight for our emotional health. And what I want to do is stop the dysregulation before it happens. And if you are in full dysregulation, how can we get you to a place of safety? Right? So the
Right.
goal is to give you support and strategies to support you navigating, carrying everything by yourself.
Ooh, because it could be a lot. And especially as a business owner, entrepreneur, whatever title people choose to go by,
I
that's one of the most stressful jobs. People don't know that. It is a stressful job because you have all the weight of the world on your shoulder. You're making sure that you're being productive enough to pay your bills. Then on top of that, you have whatever's going on in your personal life, how you mentioned making sure you're choosing the right partners. All these different factors come into play. So, a lot of times people are so busy they're not thinking about that. Me, I'm busy, but I have a mindfulness about making sure I'm very thoughtful about what things I'm doing or taking part in because like now I choose not to date and it's for a reason because when I do start back dating I don't want it to be a distraction. Right now I cannot be distracted. I just refuse to be.
Mhm.
So when I go back into that situation I want to make sure I go into it letting whoever I share time with know that look I want to make sure you're at a place in your life where you too are not with any drama or anything and you're being productive in your life because that way we could be equally yoked, not only in a monetary sense, but in a sense of making sure that you got your head on right. you know, you are in the right space. So thank you so much for sharing that. And it's so sad to hear what you mentioned about Kate Spade because you would think someone like you said like that would, be so happy and wouldn't even think to want to do what she unfortunately did, which was take her own life. And with Mental Health Month, is that this month or next month?
I don't know. I have to check, but I think is it this month?
Yeah, we need to check on that and find out because I know I heard someone mention that yesterday. So yeah, we need to make sure we find that out for sure and push that and let people know, hey, we have you that they can speak with, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All
We
right.
we all do. Even I want to share this with you real quick. Um,
Mm-hmm.
even when it comes to, it doesn't have to be romance. It could be everyday life. I wanted to just share my mishap because I don't have it all together. One day, this is what really taught me a lesson. And I just want to give you an empowerment coaching real quick. Learn how to say no.
Girl, that's one of my favorite words. My family will tell you that. Siobhan and my family, my nickname is Red. So they'll be like, Red, the first to tell you no before anybody. And I don't even explain. It's just a hard no. No
Hard no,
explanation needed.
say- and say with your chest, your whole
Yes.
chest.
Yes.
And this is the problem with decision making and balancing and having vision, right? One day I'm running around. I call myself being God Jr. I want to be a good Christian. I want to be God Jr. I want to help this person. I want to help that person. Oh, you need the, oh, can I help? Can you come and get this? Can you do that? Can you do? Now, mind you, I'm running a business. I'm a mom. I just got married, trying to make a baby. I have a lot going on. This was like
Mm.
right in the beginning, right? Everybody's calling me. In the moment of somebody calling me, I did not realize my son was in the car with me. Okay. Somebody hit us.
Wow.
The right side of the car,
Uh-huh.
teared off the entire front, T Bone style.
Uh-huh.
By the grace of God, we were okay.
Good, good, good.
But this woke me up
Mm.
and it made me realize I cannot be everything for everybody.
Right.
So, no
That's it.
kingdom assignments and know the assignments of we got to stop being enablers. We got to learn how to say no and we got to be okay with that no and be okay with not people pleasing.
Exactly, because that no gonna have some people upset and they'll get over it. My brother always says they'll be all right.
They'll
Not
be
all right, they'll be all right. He'll say it real quick. They'll be all right, and I'll be like, bro, exactly. I feel you on that because no, and you know because a lot of times too, wouldn't you agree that when people know that we as entrepreneurs, they think that we got all this time in the world. We really don't.
no,
We are working off a schedule too. It may not be a 9 to 5 schedule like they have, but it is a schedule. I do both, the 9 to 5 and being my own boss. So it's really gonna be hard, no. So I love that. Thank you for sharing that. So someone's gonna watch this and they're gonna hear that and they're gonna be like, she she's right, she's right. So we're gonna start coming to wrap it up. We got a few more questions and then we're gonna wrap it up. I like to try to keep this under a certain amount of time so people it'll keep them engaged. But you have so many great things to share today that I just stopped and listened. So we'll breeze through these next few and then we'll do our rapid fire at the end. So what are you looking forward to most about connecting with Boss Babes Collective's community here in the Tampa Bay area?
I'm looking for collecting. Sorry.
Look, tongue twister. What are you looking at getting out of being a member of our community? I'll word it like that.
I would like to connect with like-minded women.
Mm.
I just want to connect with women that are ready to go, that are just faith and positive and gorgeous and want to encourage and build each other's up. Like, let's go, sis. I got you. What you need done? Oh, you got an event coming up? What you need me to do? Because I got you. Get what I'm
Yes, I'm there. I'm there. And did you feel like you got that yesterday because you were
saying?
in the presence of myself and one of our other members, and then we were around others, but just the three of us sitting next to each other, did you feel that sisterhood?
And did I felt it's like when the other I don't want to say the other woman. I want to say her name,
Tamisha?
Tamisha. It's like when
Uh-huh.
we all came together, Siobhan, me, you. I felt like we were like superwoman. I felt. on a
Hmm.
whole nother level. Like it was like boom, we arrived.
Yes. We look, we walked that walk and we talked that talk because girl, look at here. We were in the building.
That's right.
We were in the building. Well, I'm glad you felt comfortable and excited to be around us because I sent out an email today. Did you get it with our photos in there?
I did not get, but I saw the messages. I didn't open my.
Okay. Yes, yes. I had already sent it to you, but I wanted to make sure everybody else, you know, that didn't get to be there because they had other commitments. I wanted to make sure I got to share that moment with them as well.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so let's continue on. And so, what's your vision for your business when it comes to the impact you want to see in the Tampa Bay area that your business makes here in the upcoming years?
Wow. Great question. What I actually want to see in my business, I would like to get the strategy, my program into agencies. I would like to get it into group homes. I would like to get it into schools. I would like to get it into corporations, banks, healthcare industry. I would like the workbooks to also be in the industry, Barnes and Noble, to genuinely help people from that breakdown and that burnout. I also would like to open up career opportunities for other women who are interested in coaching. I would like to have places, buildings, and environments where women can come in and just release and unload, where it be like spa like environments where I'm holding workshop events where women can come together. The events is going to be fun. I want to hold galas for women to encourage, to help young women see, especially those of us who dealt with crazy pasts and backgrounds, who never saw what businesswomen look like. I want them to see that, yes, you can be successful regardless of what happened. You always got a future. So that means you always got a way out. There's always a good tomorrow for you. And so I just want to be empowerment all over Tampa, across the world, wherever I can be. Baby, Equilla's life coaching should be there.
Oh, well, look, you got me excited, and I have some things I'm going to share with you off the call, especially an event we recently went to. The
Yeah.
gentleman who helped host the event, he has group homes and different things. So I definitely want to make sure y'all get connected. And that's what it's all about, building relationships and just genuine relationships and partnering and collaborating. So we'll talk about that. And then I'm going to also do a workshop on doing your business model canvas so that you can see who key partners can be to help assist you in getting to those some of those areas you mentioned. Okay.
Yes.
So make sure you put that note to say, I got to contact Siobhan. She's going to tell me about this gentleman who, it's got the group homes and some other things. So please write that down. Now, I want you to share before we do our fun closing. I want you to share with our viewers how they can connect with you and learn more about your business and how they can get their hands on your book because we want to make sure we didn't mention your books, but we want to make sure you send them to your website. So, and I'll send them to our site because they can connect with you through there as well. But share with them how they can connect with you the different ways.
Absolutely. So you can connect with me at equillaslifecoaching.com. You can send an inquiry, you can buy courses, you can also get your books from there. Right now, I do have a book called Becoming Lost to Be Found. This is for young women who are, well, of all ages, it's not just young women, of all ages who would like to get closer to God and allowing God to help them find their kingdom spouse. It's also a journal. It creates intimacy with God. Also, I'm just releasing a book to help young girls with their identity and self images. And it is called The White Horse. I also released a book called The Conversation to teach autistic kids about who Jesus is and the love of God. And I also released a book for children to teach them self-confidence, toddlers, and it's called I have Dino Confidence. So
So cute. So we got to get you to the library too to do some type of people can come in from the public. You have your books. Can you hold a few of them up?
yeah,
Do you have any of your
this is
books you can hold up for everybody? Okay.
so I also have this is for your self-care workbook. This is the workbook I was telling you about. And we have Mother's Day
Oh,
coming. So it's called Mom Self-Care Journal. You're gonna do
Mm,
okay, we're gonna make that
yes.
it's
Yes, a good, nothing like a good journal. Oh, and look at the books. Okay, we ready.
the conversation. This is
Oh,
autistic kids about Jesus. And I don't have Dino. Oh, I do have Dino. My
okay.
Becoming Lost to Be Found is a journal and it's a devotional. Okay. And it also teaches you how to make a vision board for your love life. This
Ooh.
is one of my journals for vision journaling. Write the vision, make it plain. I will not quit. And Dino Confidence.
How cute. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's so cute. The title is just so, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're definitely going to have to make sure that, can you spell out your website for people who may not know the spelling?
Absolutely. EQUILLAS life LIFE coaching COACHING.com.
And there you have it. And there you guys, there you have it. And then if you didn't write that down, you can play this back and you can see how to get to her website. But I want to thank you for joining us. And we're going to do a quick fun round before we go. So these questions, you're going to answer the first thing that comes to mind. Don't put too much thought in it, but just answer. Okay. So let's make it fun. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So let's start with we're gonna do like a New York style versus Florida type slice. So pizza slice, fold or flat? How we eating that pizza? Folded or flat?
Oh, oh,
Fold, okay.
oh.
Let's see. Central Park stroll or beach walk?
Beach walk.
Oh, look, so we got a little Florida in you. Because you know, most people New York would have been like Central Park. Let's see. Online or inline?
Inline.
Okay, okay. Bodega coffee or iced latte?
Iced latte.
Okay, look, we getting you, girl. You're that Florida. You coming over to the Florida side. Look, this was really cute. Snow boots or flip flops?
Snow boots.
Okay, snow boots. Okay. Early bird mom or night owl wife?
Both.
Oh, look, no, they not. No, that's right. They gotta balance that one out. So, tough love coach or empathetic listener?
Tough love.
Okay, I like that. Family movie night in or date night out?
Girl, date night out.
I know that's right. Be like, baby, I love my babies. Boy, I gotta have a little break. All right. So this one, just really quickly, one word to describe your energy.
Love.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Mhm.
Y'all heard that? Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's do one more because you answer so well. This one I'm gonna tickle you because you're gonna be so tickled. Sweet or savory snack?
Sweet.
I thought about you last night when I ate my Twix.
I have one too.
Oh, period. Look, because I sure thought about you. Look, I was like, look, I had to have some salt and vinegar chips. And I was like,
Oh,
okay, you got to finish this because I knew I couldn't have none today. That was my free day yesterday. Did you
uh-huh.
get your buy one, get one last day?
No, I didn't get it. I just ate the chocolate
Uh-huh.
about the chips. So
Okay, you might want to get them for later because they buy one, get one. Because I got the other one put up. So, but everybody, let's make sure that we comment, share this video, like it, share it. And thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much, Tynia, for being on here today. All right. I appreciate you, boo.